Madison, I'm so sorry to call you at this hour. Are you awake? Can I come over?
Hey, Natalie, don't worry. I just got up. Yeah, sure, you can come over. What's going on? Is everything okay?
Thank you. You're the best friend ever. I'm on my way to your place right now.
Right now? To my place? I haven't even cleaned up yet. It's still dark outside. Can you at least tell me what's happening?
I'll tell you when I get there, but I'll give you a hint. I'm done with Austin. I'm leaving him for good.
What? You're leaving Austin? Have you guys been having problems? I know sometimes couples need a break, but this is so sudden.
I'm not just taking a break. I'm taking Melissa with me and getting out of there. We need a safe place to stay for a while. My parents are too far away and I have no one else to turn to. Can you please let us crash at your place for a few days?
Well, I don't know, Natalie. We don't really have any spare rooms or anything. Isn't there a motel or something you can go to?
I don't have time to look for a motel. I don't have money to pay for a motel. I don't have any options left. I need your help, Madison. Can't we sort out the details later? I'm almost there.
Hold on. Have you talked to my parents yet? They have a big house with plenty of space for guests. Stephen and I live in a tiny apartment. It's gonna be really cramped for you and Melissa here, you know.
I can't go to your parents, Madison. You don't get it. I can't stay with Austin's family. Please say you'll take us in. You're my only hope. Stefan is out of town anyway, right? We'll be gone before he gets back, I promise. We don't need much space. We can sleep on the couch or the floor. Stefan's office is empty, right?
Yeah, Stephen is away for a couple of weeks, but that doesn't mean we have extra room. Why can't you go to my parents? It might be awkward, but it's better than nothing.
Look, I don't want to make a big deal out of this, but the truth is I'm not just leaving Austin. I'm running away from him. I need to stay somewhere he won't find me. You won't tell him, will you?
Running away? What do you mean? Ugh, can you please just tell me what's going on?
It's hard to say, but ever since we got married, Austin has been a monster to me. I thought maybe things would change after we had Melissa, but they only got worse. I can't take it anymore. The only way for me to save myself and my daughter is to get a divorce. If Austin ever finds out, I don't know what he'll do to me. I'm terrified, Madison.
He's been a monster to you? How? That doesn't sound like Austin at all. I've known him since we were kids, and he's never been angry or violent with anyone.
I'm not lying, Madison. He hits me all the time. If I do anything wrong or say anything he doesn't like, he loses it. No one knows because I cover up the bruises. I've been too embarrassed to ask for help until now. Lately, he's been hitting me every day in front of Melissa. I can't take it anymore.
Oh my god. I can't believe this. I'm so sorry, Natalie. He's always been so sweet. It's unthinkable that he would hurt anyone, let alone his wife.
He's a charming man in public. He's charismatic and everyone adores him. But behind closed doors, he's a different person. I don't know who he is anymore. I've been living in denial for years now. I've been living in terror all this time. I'm going to reclaim my life, and I'm going to protect Melissa. That's why I'm running away.
Natalie, I'm so sorry. I had no clue. I would have been there for you sooner if I'd known.
My main priority is Melissa's safety. He hasn't hit her yet, but who knows when he'll lose it. She's barely 4 years old and he's already screaming at her. I don't want her to grow up in fear. I can't let this go on. I'm scared he'll end up hurting Melissa.
So that's why you're running away. I appreciate you telling me.
He's spiteful and won't let us go without a fight. We have to go somewhere he won't suspect. That's why we absolutely can't stay with your parents. It's the first place he'd check. Your place would be ideal. You just moved in, right? I don't think he knows your new address yet. Please. I wouldn't be asking you if it wasn't critical. You're my only chance.
I get it. It's true. He doesn't know my new address yet. But I'm not sure.
Austin left early this morning with a buddy to go golfing. He won't be back until this evening. This might be my only opportunity to leave. So I have to go now. Please, you have to help us. I don't know what will happen if he comes home and sees our bags packed.
I understand. Given the situation, I'll do my best to make space for the two of you.
Really? Thank you, Madison. I'm so grateful. I'm on my way now. Don't worry about preparing a guest room. I can help you when I get there.
Sure. You don't have to worry anymore, okay? You'll be safe here. It's gonna be tight to fit everyone in our small apartment, but we'll manage.
Seriously? You're a lifesaver. I owe you big time. Thank you a million times over. If we leave now, I should be there in about half an hour.
Okay. Please drive carefully, and I'll see you and Melissa soon.
This is a huge weight off my shoulders. Really. We can finally live in peace. Thank you, Madison. I know we haven't always gotten along, but I appreciate you looking out for us. It should go without saying. But in case Austin tries to contact you, please don't tell him anything. He can't find out where Melissa and I are under any circumstances. All right, I'm driving now. See you soon.
Natalie, it's way past bedtime. When are you coming home? Melissa is exhausted, but she won't go to sleep without you here. Can you hurry up and get back here?
Oh, I lost track of time. Sorry. Geez, I should have been more careful. I'll head out now and be home in 30 minutes, okay?
This would be fine if it was a one-time thing. But you've been coming home late almost every night. I don't want to meddle, but what are you doing? I know you're going through a lot right now, but I wish you were here to take care of your daughter at least. I've been watching her all day, every day for the last week and a half. It's messing up my work.
I know. I'm sorry. It's just that everything with the divorce is taking longer than I expected. With a job and apartment hunt on top of that, I'm overwhelmed.
Even so, coming home near midnight every night is not okay. You can do some of that at home on my computer anyway. You're not the only one who has things to do. Please be more thoughtful.
Madison, I get where you're coming from, but please give me a break. This whole change has been hard. You work from home, so it should be easy for you to keep an eye on Melissa while I'm out. It's the least you can do for me.
Just because I work from home doesn't mean I have the time to look after a 5-year-old. It's not like I'm lounging around here. I've been trying to keep up with the cleaning and cooking as well. You said you'd be staying with me until you found an apartment, but it's been a month. I never agreed to babysit Melissa every day. There's a limit to how much I can do for you, you know. To be honest with you, I don't think this living situation will work anymore.
Come on, Madison. Don't be so hard on me. It's not like I'm out late having fun. I'm working hard to get my life together. I'm doing my best to make sure Melissa and I can find a safe place to live. It's not going to happen overnight. Can't you help us out for a little longer?
I'm trying to be understanding, but I'm paying for all your living and food costs. You're putting me in a tough spot. I'm already doing everything I can to make the two of you comfortable. I can't take it much longer.
I do appreciate everything you've done for us so far. I'm just asking you to hang on a little longer. That's all. In my defense, if I don't go out and look for a job, I'll never be able to leave your place. Melissa is too young to go to preschool, and I can't just drag her along with me to interviews. Please don't be so mean to me. I'm doing my best.
Natalie, of course I understand that you're in a tough spot. But honestly, I feel like you're abusing my kindness. If you don't sort out a job and living situation soon, we're gonna have a problem. I'm just asking you to be a little more respectful of my situation.
I'm sorry for the trouble. You know, I always thought you were a nice person. I didn't realize you were this cold. I guess you never really know someone until they show their true colors.
Excuse me?
I already know that Melissa and I are a nuisance. You don't have to make me feel worse. I'm still dealing with the trauma your brother caused me. It's going to take some time before I can heal and put my life back together. I think it's very cruel of you to judge someone in my position.
I'm sorry if that's the way you interpreted it. I'm trying to be transparent with you about my concerns, that's all. Please try to understand where I'm coming from as well.
I understand completely. But the reality is that you are living in a new house with a loving husband and a good job. I have none of that, and I'm just trying my best. I will try to be better, okay? I won't stay out so late anymore.
I would appreciate that. Thank you. If you can't figure out a better schedule, I'm gonna have to ask you to find somewhere else to stay. That's final. Well, then please be home soon. Melissa's looking forward to spending quality time with her mother.
I know. I'm on my way. I'll work on my schedule, okay? Don't worry about it.
Natalie, can we talk now? I hate to interrupt you while you're out, but this is urgent. Are you busy?
What's up, Madison? I have a few minutes.
Stephen reached out to you about the housing situation, didn't he? Do you get what we're saying?
Oh, about him coming back from his business trip, right? I did get a message from him earlier. He told me to pack my bags and leave.
Well, he's coming home next week and we need our room back. I'm sure he wasn't that rude, but we do need to find you somewhere else to stay before he gets here. I've been assigned a big project for my work, so I can't watch Melissa for you during the day anymore.
I know. God, you two are so demanding. I have my own side of the story. If you'll hear me out.
There's not much to discuss at this point, but go ahead.
You want me out of the house by next week, right? I can do that, but only if you agree to watch Melissa while I'm gone.
You want me to look after your daughter until you leave? Don't you think that's a bit much? I told you before, I don't have time. I have work to do. I don't know what you're planning to do for this week, but you need to get your act together. It's been 3 months and you still haven't found a job or a place to live.
What? Do you think I've been wasting time? I have plans. Actually, I got in touch with a friend who told me about an organization that hires people to work as live-in housekeepers. They invited me to visit their facility for an interview, but it's too far to commute from your place. I'll have to stay there for a few days. It's out of state. I can't just bring Melissa with me, obviously. If this interview goes well, I'll have a job and a place to live. It's a great opportunity.
Really? Why didn't you tell me about this sooner?
I only got a call from the hiring manager this morning. I was one of their top choices. So if I show up to the interview, I'm pretty much guaranteed the job. If you can just bear with Melissa for a few more days, I'll be out of your way, okay? Please, this is my final favor for you. I swear.
I understand that this is a great opportunity for you, but I really don't know if I can take care of Melissa while you're gone.
I promise this is the last thing I'll ask of you. I need your help. This is the perfect chance. I finally found a place where I can work and raise Melissa at the same time. I don't want to miss this opportunity. You're the one who wants me to move out as soon as possible. All you have to do is watch Melissa for a few more days.
Fine, but this is your last shot, got it? I'll try to arrange some meetings to make time.
Oh, thank you. You're the best, Madison. I know I can always rely on you. I'll be leaving for the interview tomorrow morning. I'll start packing now.
If you don't get this job, you'll still have to find another place to live. That's final, Natalie. Please come back right after the interview. I'll do my best to make time for Melissa, but honestly, I'm overbooked.
I know that. Stop being such a nervous wreck. Give me 3 days, tops. I'm sure I'll get this job. I'm counting on you, Madison. Madison, long time no see. How have you been? Are you well? How's Stefan? Thanks so much for all your help. I'll come pick up Melissa now, if you don't mind.
Natalie, what are you doing? It's been a year. How can you contact me out of the blue like this as if nothing happened?
Please, there's no reason to be so harsh. Has it really been that long? I didn't realize. Oops, my bad. Shouldn't you be a little happier to hear from me?
I think my tone is justified. You can't seriously waltz back here and pretend like everything is okay. Don't you remember what happened last year? You told me you would be gone for 3 days tops and left me with your daughter. Then you dropped off the face of the earth. You abandoned Melissa and ran away.
Oh, sorry about all that. It sounds worse when you say it that way. I apologize, okay? Is that what you wanted to hear?
If you can just hang in there with Melissa for a few more days, I'll be out of your hair. Isn't that what you told me? It's been more than a few days, don't you think? I don't know how you can take all this so lightly. This is serious, Natalie. We've been trying to contact you since then, but you've ignored all our calls. I assumed we'd never hear from you again. Do you understand the position you've put Stephen and me in? There's no way you can apologize and move on like this. Not after what you've done.
I said I'm sorry. God, you don't have to keep pestering me like that. Anyway, thanks to you, I found a good place to live. Now that I'm more established, I can take Melissa back. I've also got a new boyfriend who is going to absolutely spoil her. He's stepfather material. So, without further ado, I'll be stopping by to take my daughter back.
You will not come to our home again under any circumstance. If I see you on our property, I'm calling the police. Understand?
Excuse me? What's gotten into you? I'll just grab Melissa and her things and leave.
Melissa isn't staying with us anymore. Go talk to Austin about it. He's been taking care of Melissa ever since you abandoned her. There's no reason for you to come to our house. Stay away!
You gave Melissa to Austin? Didn't I tell you he's violent? Why would you endanger my daughter like that? What are you thinking? How long has she been there? Is she okay? I can't believe you'd hand a child over to a violent abuser like that. Have you no shame?
Didn't I tell you before you left that I couldn't watch over Melissa for more than a few days? You left her for a year. I would have had to leave my job to take care for her. I had no other option.
Now! Return my daughter now! Who knows what sort of horrible treatment she suffered at the hands of that man? I trusted you. That's why I left my daughter in your hands. You're horrible. You're just as awful as your brother.
That's strange because I'm still in regular contact with Melissa and Austin. She seems very happy. I don't think she'd leave her father's side by now, even if he showed up. Honestly, I think she's better off with him than anywhere near you.
How can you say such a thing? Without me there to protect her, who knows what's going to happen? Aren't you worried? I can't believe you could do such a thing to a child. She's 5 years old.
Oh yeah? About all that. I know all of that is a lie. You made it up. We are all very aware of your lies at this point. There's no point keeping up this ridiculous act. I would never entrust the care of a child to a violent man. And I have done no such thing.
What? What are you saying? What lies? I have been completely honest with you.
Austin never laid a hand on you, did he? You just wanted an excuse to run away. Everything you told me in order to manipulate me into letting you stay at our house was a lie. I think the majority of things you've told me have been lies, haven't they?
What gave you that idea? I don't know what you're talking about. I've never lied in my whole life. How dare you assume otherwise? I was worried about my safety. That's why I ran away from Austin.
Please. You only said that to ruin Austin's character in case he decided to press charges against you. You divorced him suddenly and ran away to avoid your culpability. Austin reached out to us to explain everything. Your little story hour is over, Natalie.
Why do you believe anything he says? He's a psychopath. He's a violent man. Don't trust him. He's making up things to trap me again. Can't you see that?
It's true that Austin has been looking for you since the divorce.
Right? See? He's obsessive after the divorce went through. He kept sending threatening messages. I had no choice but to leave my daughter somewhere safe and run. He's trying to force me back by using Melissa as bait.
You and I both know that's not the reason he was looking into you. You're trying to paint Austin in the worst light possible to make yourself look better. You're making up excuses. After all, you ran away from Austin after stealing a large sum of money, didn't you? You also took Melissa without settling on child custody. Austin was looking for you so that he could take you to court. You stole from him and kidnapped his child.
Please, Madison. You have to believe me. I'm not a liar. He's the one who hit me in the first place. I had no choice but to take the money on my child.
If you want me to believe you, you better show me some proof.
My word should be enough. He never left bruises on the visible areas after all. Why should I have to give you proof? Why can't you believe me?
That's interesting, because Austin has a lot of evidence of your lies.
What? What evidence?
It's not looking very good for you at the moment, Natalie. I won't sugarcoat it.
Tell me, what does he have on me? There's no way. Why is he collecting evidence?
I think that's pretty obvious, don't you? Well, for one, he used the evidence to convince us of his innocence. That's why he has Melissa now.
You can't really believe some papers over my word, can you? What sort of evidence does he claim to have?
I saw your conversations with that Robert guy with my own two eyes. You were cheating on Austin for years before running away, weren't you? We've all seen everything. We know all about you destroying Austin's career in an attempt to receive alimony and full custody. The only reason you took Melissa with you in the first place was because you assumed you could force Austin to pay child support. The conversation between you and Robert details every step of your shameless plan.
What? What do you know about Robert? How did he get those messages? I mean, what messages? I've never heard of this, Robert.
The whole thing started 4 years ago when you met Robert at a coffee shop. He asked you for your number and you were too flattered to turn him down. We have the copies of all your messages. Austin realized that something was wrong right away, but he didn't know the specifics. When you realized you were close to being found out, you came up with an escape plan. You thought you could come up with a genius plan to not only run away with your boyfriend, but also to force Austin to pay for it. Did you seriously think you'd be able to pull that off? You really are delusional.
How did he find out about all this? If Austin knew about this, why didn't he talk to me earlier? You don't seriously believe all that, do you? Stop joking around.
After you left with his money and daughter, Austin decided to hire a personal investigator. He wanted more than anything to make sure Melissa was safe. He never expected to dig up all this dirt about you. Anyways, the investigator has been following you this whole time. We know everything. It's good that you're back in town. They'll finally be able to get you in court.
Huh? They're going to sue me?
Of course. You stole money and took a child away from their home. Oh, and don't forget about slander against Austin. You lied and told everyone he was a wife-beater. The jig is up, Natalie. It's time for you to face the consequences. Since you don't have any evidence to support your story, it's not looking great for you.
No, you're joking. Please say all of this is just a practical joke. Why would he go to such lengths? I can't believe this.
You started this, Natalie. You're the one who crossed the line long ago. What sort of person fakes domestic violence claims, steals money, and abandons their child at a relative's house? You lived off of my money at my house for months. Don't you feel even a little guilty? You were never looking for a job in the first place. Up until now, you've been living off of the stolen money and relaxing with your boyfriend, haven't you?
What? The detective even looked into that?
Of course. And now that the money has run out, you're back here to cause more problems. You intended to take back your daughter in order to force Austin to pay child support. I've talked to the investigator myself. We know exactly what you're trying to accomplish, and we won't let it happen.
I can't believe this. This is insane. All of my plans. I trusted you. How could you go behind my back like that? You and your brother are rotten cowards.
Moving on. I have my own complaints for you. The burden of caring for Melissa after you abandoned her led to many obstacles in my personal and work life. I intend to claim damages as well. Be prepared to pay me back in full. Austin also expects you to pay back the stolen money with interest as well as alimony payments. I hope you have the funds prepared. If not, you're going to be in debt for a long time.
I can't afford all that. I haven't worked in over a year. I've used every cent to my name. I can't even afford a lawyer to defend myself. My only option is to run again. You've given me no other choice. I won't let you win.
No problem. I'll just go after Robert instead, since he is the one who started the affair in the first place. I hope you realize that we already have his home address, phone number, workplace, and family contacts documented. Trying to run is a waste of time. We will track you down.
You can't. You can't do that to Robert. Either way, this doesn't end well for me. This is completely unfair. What am I supposed to do now?
Your only option now is to shut up, sit down, and cooperate. We have no intention of forgiving you for your actions. You will be held responsible. It is in your best interest to surrender immediately, before things get even worse for you.
I should have never trusted you in the first place. You've let me down, Madison. I was so close to being free from all of this.
No, boo-hoo! Don't come running to me for sympathy. You're the one who's been coming up with plans to deceive and betray every person in your life. Reality is reality. You can't do anything to change it now. This time you can't run away. Don't expect anyone to come to your rescue either. After that, my brother found out where Natalie and Robert were staying. The two of us went to confront them, and Austin demanded payment for the damage they caused. Altogether, Natalie owed alimony payments, child support, a repayment of the stolen money, and legal fees. Apparently, the money issues caused a rift to form between Natalie and Robert. They decided to break up. Before long, Natalie was forced to move back in with her parents in a neighboring state due to the nature of the incident. Natalie's parents are having her monitored 24/7. She's practically a prisoner in her own family home. I have heard that she's taken up 3 different jobs in order to keep up with the payments. It'll be decades before she can pay everything off. I am also receiving small payments bit by bit to repay me for the trouble she caused while staying at my home. Austin has taken full custody of Melissa, and it is unlikely that Natalie will ever be able to see her daughter again. My brother and his daughter are living a simple, happy life. I think he makes a wonderful father. For Melissa's sake, it's better if Natalie isn't involved. Someone like Natalie, who is able to lie and go behind everyone's backs for her own benefit, is not fit to be a mother. I have no sympathy for a woman like her. In order to live a life of luxury for a single year, Natalie ruined the rest of her life. There is no running now.
Isabella, I need to consult you about something. Is that okay? Hi, good evening. What is it again? In the recent mom party that we had, it's about the post-exam trip to Disneyland. Yeah, we're working hard too. And it's spring break after exams. Parents have to have fun too. That's true. Parents have been doing their best. It would be like a graduation trip for parents. That's right. But Disneyland was an unexpected choice though. You didn't like it? Not at all. It's just that as a choice for mom friend trip, I thought we'd go to a hot spring or something. I was especially surprised that you brought it up. Sure, hot springs are nice, but isn't it nice for adults to go to Disneyland? It's good for adults to have a good time at Disneyland, isn't it? It's a stress reliever. Yeah, I guess so. I just wanted to get away from the hustle and bustle of the city. I see. Well then, let's go on another trip to the hot springs. Even after graduating from junior high school, the Mom Friends Alliance is unwavering, right? You really want to go to Disneyland. I'm sorry, I'm just in the mood. I see. So, this time, on my own accord, I'm getting us to go to Disneyland, so let me be the host. What? Actually, I know someone at a travel agency. Really? You know how hard it is to get reservations for spring break? Disneyland is a good candidate for a graduation trip. That's true. So I will use my friend connections to book our hotel and tickets. I would ask to be prioritized. But that's kind of bad. Isn't that rude to your friend too? Not at all. It's more like a thank you for using us to make reservations. I'm sure it helps sales. Right? I mean, it's nice of you to offer that, but did you ask the other two? Yeah, they said yes. Really? They said they'd be more than happy to. Oh, really? So I'll just go ahead and do it. Huh? Actually, I've already made some plans. Oh, really? Aren't you early? It's rather late. Spring break starts around the end of the year. Reservations start coming since the end of the year. My friend told me that we're almost late. Really? It's good to make reservations earlier than later. So, as the organizer, I'm making sure everything is in order. Don't worry, Isabella and the kids' exams are the top priority. Good luck. Wait, what about you, Mia? Oh, we got into a private school on a recommendation. What? Really? You were really uneasy about it just a few days ago, weren't you? Yes, I was. But you know, Jin can't study. And if he can get into that high school through track and field, we'd be very grateful about it. Is that so? Yeah, plus they're waiving the entrance fee. That's great. That's right. So if there's a high school that appreciates Jun so much, we decided that maybe it's the way to go. That's what it is. So I have more time than anyone else. I'll make sure everything goes well. But it's okay. So I'll be in touch. 2 days before trip. Isabella! Congratulations! I heard Oliver passed. Thank you. That's great. It's Harvard, right? As expected of Oliver, right? I'm sure he did all his best this time. After he retired from track and field, he immediately started to study for the entrance exam. I'm surprised he made it in time. That's Oliver. I believed in him. That's reassuring. Thank you. You're welcome. You've been through a lot too, right? Thank you for the hard work. Thank you. So, I'm sorry to tell you this, on this timing. I wanted to talk to you about Disneyland. Is that okay? Sure. I was wondering why I hadn't heard from you. When was the last time we talked about it? January. I'm sorry. I really wanted to contact you more. But the exams were in session. I didn't think you'd want to talk about parents' fun. Oh, I see. You didn't have to worry about it at all. I do. That's why I agreed to take over to be the organizer. Since our school is a national school, the entrance exams are over in February, so I didn't mind if you contacted me. Oh, really? And I've been trying to reach you, but I didn't get a call back from you, Mia. What I'm just saying is, I was wondering if something had happened to you. Sorry about that. I was aware of your message, but I thought it might distract you if I replied. I've been trying to refrain from replying. I'm sorry to put you on the spot. I was the one who contacted you. You shouldn't have to worry if you're bothering me or not. No, when the kids are working hard on the exams, it's not nice for parents to talk about travel. I see. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel so uncomfortable. No problem. Anyway, when you contacted me last time, you said you made reservations, right? That's right. Yes, I did get a reservation. I actually did, but... You did, but what happened? Because it's on spring break, all the hotels were fully booked everywhere. I asked my friend to get us a room anywhere. Anywhere will do, just reserve us anywhere. I see. That's a lot of work. Yeah, it was. It was really a lot of work. So, you know, the travel fee is incomparable to the plan. It got expensive. Oh, really? Yeah, sorry, but it's not just us. It's everyone, so I hope you understand. If it's a lot more expensive than it used to be, how much? Yeah, well, we're going to be paying 150,000 yen each for travel expenses. It's a lot to book, but I'm going to do my everything to make it the best mom's trip ever. I'm not going on this trip based on your plan. What? Why do you have to be so rude? Oh, excuse me. What do you mean leaked out? That's a little harsh, don't you think? How could you say such a thing? I've been working so hard for all of us. What? For everyone? Not for yourself? What do you mean? I mean, Isabella, you've been very aggressive with me. Why? I'm the one asking why. Why are you charging us so much? It's only Disneyland. 150,000 yen for a night? I told you, it's spring break. It's hard to get reservations. The hotel we could get was charging spring break prices. They're all overpriced for spring break. I heard that, but you know what? From where we live, the cost of travel to Disneyland and the cost of tickets, 150,000 yen per night is unthinkable and unbearable. That's a ridiculous amount. I told you the expensive place is all that we can get. Oh, by the way, where? What? What hotel? If it's that expensive, it must be a great hotel. I mean, there's no hotel near Disneyland for that kind of money, right? No. Only a handful of classes in California charges that much money. What? How is that possible? My friends around me were able to get a room smoothly in hotels directly managed by Disney. What? During times like this, family and graduation trips, I know a lot of people who go to Disneyland. If you ask them, they'll tell you what's really going on. Really? So that time, you said that you got scolded by acquaintances for being late? Before being appointed as the organizer, you said you had a plan, didn't you? Yes, I did. So why are you telling me that you couldn't get a reservation at all? Isn't it terrible that you took it upon yourself to organize the party without our consent? What do you mean it took on the responsibility of organizing the party? You guys were having a hard time with your kids' exams. I kindly took care of it for you. Is that really true? What? Did you really take over as organizer out of our kindness? Of course I did. What else could it be? What else? Like, help someone else make a sale? Or maybe you're just trying to get yourself a free trip, so that you can travel for free. What? Oh my god, did I just hit the nail on the head? Of course not! Why would I do that? Whose sales are you talking about? What, not your boyfriend? What? The guy who's been showing up on Mia's behind-the-scenes Instagram account. That's your boyfriend, right? What? Why? What? Someone told me about him, but I don't remember who. Where did you hear that from? Yeah, it seems to be famous in the mom circle. Mia's behind-the-scenes Instagram account. What? You are proudly posting two-shot with your boyfriend. You're so bold, even though it's adultery. You're kidding! You didn't think they knew? It looks like it was discovered long ago. Why didn't you tell me? Well, that's because it turns people into enemies. What? Isn't it because you cheat people and make yourself look good, so you can take all the credit? What? Mia, you go on a trip with various people, then you forward a bill to pay, so that you could get a free trip, right? Huh? What are you talking about? There's no way I could do that. I'll send you a copy of the proof of payment. Did you see it? You saw that, right? It's not funny. I can't possibly forge this. Actually, you can, with your boyfriend. What? He's a travel agent, right? This acquaintance told us about... You mean, your boyfriend, right? What? When you make travel arrangements as the organizer, you have your boyfriend in charge in addition to the data that's proceeded internally. You create falsified data, and then charge each person 150,000 yen. Mia herself is also paying the bill, and she shows it to everyone. 750,000 yen in total, but then I checked the bills that were still in the company's internal data. 70,000 yen bill per person. 350,000 yen total, and the hotel was a regular city hotel in Oregon. That's crazy, right? Huh? What's with this delusion of internet data? You're mixing up your fantasy with reality. You must be an idiot. You're so delusional that you're accusing people of being delusional. You're crazy, you know that? It's not a fantasy, it's real data. Here, I'll send you a picture. What? See, this is the real payment, right? Mia? Why? What do you think? Don't play dumb with me. Why do you have this picture? You seduced him. You took it from him. You're an asshole. What? What are you talking about? Don't play with me like that, you faded old hag. What's a faded old hag? You're exactly like that. Your love life is more important than your kid's entrance exams, right? You decided to recommend him so early. No, I didn't. John said it was fine. Oliver said, Jan wanted to apply to another school. What? But his mother told him to commit in that school, and he surely won't fail if he does it there. And he'll finish the entrance exam early, and if the entrance fee is waived, he was told that they can go on a trip. What's that? We can go on a trip? You were stingy with the travel expenses of your mom friends and tried to go for free. Jan said that? Also, since the entrance exam was over early, Mom's been working part-time and going out a lot. She's hardly ever home. She brought home a lot of brochures from travel agencies. What? RTB, Town A. What? That's a big branch of a major travel agency in the next station, right? That's where he works. And they put him in charge of all the moms and dads. He makes plans for a lot of trips with his mom friends. What? How do you know all this? Are you saying you saw something? How would you know if I saw something? What? If I saw something? How would I know if Mia did something wrong? I don't know. I've never done anything wrong. But I did see something. Well, technically, someone showed me. What? The branch in A-Town. My brother-in-law works there. Your brother-in-law? That's right. My sister's husband's the branch manager. What? The branch manager? So, when I was looking through the appointment book, he saw my name in one of Mia's reservations and called me. He asked if I was going on a trip. Oh, really? And that's when he told me, Mrs. Johnson, the organizer, is she good friends with her Smith? I asked him why. This is Mrs. Johnson. She's always booking trips for Smith. She's your friend, right? Is everything okay at her home? He said. What? You're telling me that he gave out people's reservation information? I didn't ask him about the reservations or any of the details, but from my brother-in-law's point of view, I'm sure he thought it was crazy. Mia would show up during the Smith's guys' breaks. He'd go to lunch or disappear somewhere. So he was being monitored like that? What is that? I should complain to the company. I mean, the company can't afford to have an affair with a client. It's not like they're looking for trouble. It's a way of preventing trouble. It can't be helped. What? Does that mean I'm a person to watch? I guess you're right. According to my brother-in-law, he's had his eye on you for a while. Just because I'm suspected of infidelity? That's good enough for me. Well, it's not because you set up a shady appointment with Smith. What's fishy about that? I just told you. It's a tampering charge. What? Instagram exposed you. I told you it was because you bought a grudge against you. You've done something like this before, right? What? That's what I heard. So when Mia said she wanted to be the organizer, I thought, this is it. What's that? But I'm stuck here with my son's exams. I've got the kid's social life. I can't just say no. So I've been sending you regular messages online to check in with you, but you completely ignored me. When you contacted me once, the only message you told me was that it might be too expensive. Just when I thought, oh, this could be that black, I got a call from my brother-in-law. What's that perfect timing? Yeah, it was. So, you're saying you knew something was fishy? That's right. By the time my son finished his entrance exams, I totally knew. Really? But it still surprised me. You used your boyfriend's company, and then used the difference to go on a trip with your boyfriend. I don't know. You did that, right? You've been doing it for a while now. And you were going to do it, weren't you? Using my name. Oh! I was surprised when my brother-in-law told me, Isabella, this Miss Johnson, you get along pretty well with her that you go to 2 trips on spring break? Me and Mia? Were we supposed to go on 2 trips? Oh no! And I was surprised again at the price. The price you charged me this time, excluding you, who has no intention of paying, 150,000 yen times 4 people equals 600,000 yen. The original billing price of 70,000 yen times 5 people, 350,000 yen. The difference of 250,000 yen was for the other trip. I didn't hear anything about it, and I wasn't charged for it. Are you okay? I must have given the wrong name. I'm not going with you. Of course not. What? My brother-in-law thought it was suspicious, so he checked all of your previous reservations. He found several similar cases. What? People who didn't notice, and those who did notice? There must have been a lot of people, huh? I don't know anything! If it's a small amount of money, the smaller the amount, the less likely they are to find out. But then you got a taste for it, so you make the amount bigger. And the bigger they got, the bigger they noticed. And they also found you having an affair. Shut up! Either way, it's 2 days before the trip. Even if we cancel, they're going to charge me a cancellation fee. We have no choice but to go. Of course we're going on the trip. Right? But we're not going with you. What? I told you before, didn't I? I'm not going on the trip you're planning. So then, it's impossible for us to go on this trip. I'm the one planning the trip. I've got us cut out of your plans. What? Mr. Smith resigned, and Mr. Smith's case was transferred to my brother-in-law, and my brother-in-law said it was a scam, so our reservation was cancelled by the branch manager's authority, and rebooked our trip with a different plan. What? He resigned? Of course he did. He had an affair with a client. He helped her cover it up, and he forged documents. That's... Under normal circumstances, he would have been dismissed immediately, but they were able to get him to resign voluntarily. Maybe it's better. When? When did he leave? The week before last week. That's when he said he was going out of town for a while. Then I couldn't get him on the phone. I'd expect him to refuse. I mean, it's his fault. He's the one who did all the wrong things that leads him to resign. And you're the one who put him up to it. He also had a good time. I don't know. Anyway, we're going on another trip. He is taking 2 trips, solo. I hope you have fun. What? 2 trips? Disneyland and a trip to the hot springs. You took a trip to the hot springs with him. So the trip with your mom friends was to Disneyland? That was weirdly convincing. Hey, did they cancel my reservation? Because it was Mia's reservation, they can't just cancel it on their own. Besides, it would be too risky for the scammers to find out. So I canceled just the reservation in our names. That pisses me off. I'm the one who's pissed, right? You used our names without our permission, and then you put a fake on top of it, and then added on the price. I almost got scammed. I'm so sorry. Apologize to the others too. I'm sure just apologizing won't be enough to get you forgiven. Please handle it with sincerity. What? Of course, it's a crime. I didn't mean to do it. I don't know what you meant. I don't know what you think you're doing. It's none of our business. You can be sued. Pay the fees. Wipe your own ass. You're lying! Enjoy your 2 solo trips. Have fun and keep your wits about you. Bye. After that, we set off on our long-awaited trip to the hot spring, with warm hot spring water and delicious food soaked into our tired bodies. As for Mia, I immediately contacted RTB's A Matchy store. My brother-in-law debunked all of Mia's quibbles. If it was too much, he said, I was told that they would have to bring in the police. Mia broke down with her tail between her legs. She had no choice but to pay the cancellation fee for the 2 trips, and that was the end of the conversation. However, Mia received a message from a previous victim. She received a content-certified mail at her home. Mia was in a panic. Yeon Kun also started to rebel against Mia because of her betrayal in the high school entrance exam. Her lover left her. Her husband asked her for a divorce. Mia is now a semi-reclusive person.
Hey, Anna, give me $500 right away. I'm having a gathering with my friends tonight, so I need an amount of money. It would be really humiliating if I don't bring along with me any money. So hurry, give me the money.
What? $500? Have you gone mad? How could I have this huge amount of money right away? How ridiculous! Anyway, it's just a small gathering. Why do you have to ask for such a fortune? Are you lying to me? Just tell me the truth. What do you need money for?
What? You don't believe your own husband? That's absurd. Actually, I tell you what. You don't have the right to speak against my words. You're my wife. Your responsibility is to listen and obey all of my orders.
Oh, come on, Jim. You can't be serious. Just because we're married doesn't mean you can demand things like this. We're partners, and it's important to discuss and make decisions together. Besides, $500 is a lot of money, and I can't just magically produce it out of thin air.
Partners? Ha! That's a laugh. You should know your place, Anna. I'm the one who makes the money around here, and you're just supposed to support me. If I say I need $500, you should jump right to it and hand it over. It's not that hard.
Jim, I work too, and we both contribute to our household finances. This gathering of yours isn't some emergency or necessity. It's just a social event. If you want to go, that's fine, but let's be reasonable about the expenses. We can discuss a budget and find a solution together.
Oh, how cute, Anna. You think you have a say in this? But let me remind you who wears the pants in this relationship. I make the decisions and you follow them. It's as simple as that.
Again with your constant complaining and whining. Don't you think it's a bit unfair to me? I have tons of things and stuff that need to be covered for this house. Electricity bills, groceries, and thousands of other things that are constantly being thrown in my face. And with your little amount of money, it will never be enough. You and your mother rely on my money for everything. But you just don't know how to behave, do you?
What? Behave? How dare you say all these words to me? You have to feel lucky that we let you live here. You're just a good-for-nothing moron. I don't even understand the reason why I married you. If I had known you would never stop with your useless nagging, I would never have tied the knot with you.
Oh my God, you're being so unreasonable. I can't believe you could say these things to me. I can't even recognize you anymore.
Oh, poor Anna. Always playing the victim. Can't handle a little truth, can you? You're the one who's unreasonable, constantly pestering me about money and responsibilities.
Wasting money? Are you kidding me? I manage the household finances, and I know exactly where every penny goes. Unlike you, I prioritize our needs over frivolous wants. I knew all your lies, so don't you dare do that to me. It's no use.
What do you even mean? I don't understand anything.
Don't pretend to be that naive. You're borrowing money to do with your gambling habit, aren't you? I knew you all along. I overheard all the things you said on the phone with your friends. I've tried my best to pull you out of it. But why do you never listen to me, even just a little bit?
What? How could you? Anyway, I don't care if you know about it or not. My mom also knows about it, but she doesn't say anything. You know, it's nothing but a game. Who owns will have to have money. Lots of money. Remember that time when I won and I brought home tons of money? It was a total of $1,000.
Yes, and actually, you spent almost all of it buying you an expensive watch. You gave me only $100.
What? $100 is quite an amount of money though. How could you be that greedy? You don't have any need for shopping anyway. Why do you need so much money? I was the man in this house, and I earned it first. So of course I had full right to spend it on anything I wanted.
That's why I don't want to give you any money. You're so selfish. You know nobody but yourself. And now, when your hobby can't give you any money, you decide to leech off me? I just can't count how many times you've lost money and then ordered me to bail you out.
Then what? It's your job, isn't it? You have to support your husband whenever I'm in need. That's what a wife is supposed to do. Provide for her husband without question.
You heartless husband. You're always driving me crazy with your entitlement. But it seems like your debt is increasing day by day, right? If you don't stop this useless hobby of yours, then the consequences will be severe. We can't keep living like this, constantly digging ourselves into a financial hole because of your reckless behavior.
Oh no, the consequences. Like I care. I'm not your baby. Stop trying to lecture me and teach me how to live my life. I'm perfectly capable of making my own decisions and dealing with the aftermath. You always have to make everything about yourself and play the martyr, don't you?
This is not about playing the martyr. It's about being responsible adults and making smart choices for our future. Your selfishness and lack of consideration for our financial well-being are causing us unnecessary stress and strain. I can't keep bailing you out every time you make a poor financial decision.
Poor financial decision? Who are you to judge? I know what I'm doing. I have my own dreams and passions. And if you can't support me in pursuing them, then maybe we need to reevaluate our marriage. I thought a spouse was supposed to be supportive and understanding, but clearly I was mistaken.
Supporting your dreams and passions doesn't mean enabling reckless behavior and ignoring the consequences. We can find a balance, Jim. You can pursue your hobbies and interests, but we also need to be realistic about our financial situation. It's about compromise and working together as a team, not just expecting me to foot the bill every time.
Whatever. You're just overreacting as usual. Anyway, cut it out. And give me $500. My friends are waiting out there.
Hey, Anna, you lazy daughter-in-law. What are you doing right now? Rush to the kitchen right now and see what's happening here. It's 8 p.m. and there is nothing on the table. I need an explanation for this.
Oh, sorry, Mom, but I can explain this. I'm waiting for Jim to come home. It seems like he's out there gambling with his friends again. I knew him. He admitted that to me.
So what? He told me that too. But why is that so serious? He's actually bringing money back to us. There's nothing you have to complain about.
Nothing? Are you serious? He's not bringing anything home. All the money you receive is from me. All of it. He's leeching off of me as well. The truth is, our dear son, he's nothing but a freeloader. I've tried to convince him lots of times, but he just never listens.
Come on, Anna. Why do you have to be so aggressive? It's not that big of a deal, really. It's just a game. Of course, we can't always win. But whenever he wins, he always brings home a whole lot of money. Much more than your pathetic job.
Oh, you think so? But actually, he's getting money from me every day. I give him an allowance, and I cover his expenses. And don't you know that there are always gangsters out there who force him to pay his debts? It's a constant struggle to keep him out of trouble.
Wow, Anna. Now you're playing the victim card? You think that with your stupid touching stories, then you can manipulate me. Ha ha ha, not anymore. Well, I tell you this, you'll never compare with my son. Even though he's gambling. So what? He's still bringing money home. Sometime.
Oh my God. How much money did he give you? So that you could stand by him no matter how ridiculous he seems?
What? How could you say that about your mother-in-law? It's very rude, don't you know? At least, I'm still your mother-in-law. So you'd better learn how to behave properly in front of me. We've been so easy on you these days. Is that the reason why you're being so stubborn and naughty like this?
Ugh, it's such a nuisance talking to you. It seems like you never want to listen to any of my words. If you still continue to spoil him like this, soon you'll have to pay the price.
Price? You're becoming too sensitive. Well, I will make sure that nothing bad will happen to this family. It's you who is making things so complicated. And that thing drives me mad. If only you could get lost right now. Your presence here is making us furious every time.
Wait, what? Oh my God, what are you talking about? Why do you have to be so heartless to your own daughter-in-law like that? We're supposed to be family, Beverly.
Why can't I? Then why don't you take a good look at yourself? What could you actually do to support this house? Nothing! Except for those trivial things that I don't even want to mention. Even Jim thinks the same. He sees no value in you. Well, it's the truth. No one in this family wants you. You're nothing but a useless dumbhead.
How can you say such hurtful things? I do plenty to support this family. I take care of the household chores, I cook, I clean, and I make sure everything is taken care of. Just because my contributions might not be as flashy as yours doesn't mean they're worthless. I'm here for my family, and that should count for something.
Please, Anna, spare me the sub-story. Your domestic duties are nothing special. Anyone could do them. You're replaceable. And as for Jim, well, he's starting to see the truth. You're holding him back with your incompetence. He deserves better. Someone who can actually contribute something meaningful to his life.
That's where you're wrong. You underestimate the value of emotional support and the stability I bring to our home. I may not have a high-powered career or a bank account overflowing with money, but I have qualities that are important for a healthy family dynamic. And if Jim can't see that, then maybe he needs a reality check too.
Oh, Anna. Always trying to justify your inadequacies. The truth hurts, doesn't it? You're just a burden. A weight dragging this family down. Your presence annoys us all. Maybe it's time for you to face the facts and accept that you're not wanted here. We'd be better off without you.
I won't let your toxic words break me down, Beverly. I know my worth, and I know the love and care I bring to this family. I won't be pushed away or belittled by someone like you. You may think I'm a dumbhead, but I won't let your negativity define me. And mark my words, you'll have to regret it soon.
Oh, Anna, you're really amusing. Keep living in your little fantasy world. But mark my words, your presence here will only bring more misery and frustration. The sooner you realize that, the better it will be for everyone involved.
Beverly, where are you all? I just woke up and saw a group of horrible gangsters all around the house. But when I look around, all of you have gone. I don't understand anything. Answer my phone. Now! You owe me an explanation. Beverly!
Oh, calm down, my sweetie. Nothing to worry about. They're just the people that come to get the money that Jim owed.
Wait, what? Could you repeat that? Are they Jim's debtors?
Yeah, I suppose.
Oh no! That's impossible! I can't believe it! Where are you right now? Why don't you go downstairs? The gangsters said that they are looking for Jim.
Well, we're not at home right now.
Oh my god! I can't find you anywhere! And where is all of your stuff? Did you move out?
Yes, we did. The debtors said that if Jim didn't pay the money on time, they would take our home and all of our property, so we had to make our escape. But don't even expect me to give you the address, because I won't.
Why didn't you tell me a word about it? Am I not a member of this house? Where can I live just now? Don't you think it's a bit unfair to me?
I don't see anything wrong in doing this. You're not part of this family, so it's clear you don't have the right to hear this. It's easy. Why don't you understand?
No, I don't understand anything at all. I don't deserve to be treated like this. I've been here, supporting and caring for all of you, and this is how you repay me? By leaving me in the dark and leaving me with nowhere to go?
Oh, poor little Anna. Feeling sorry for yourself. You act like you're such a martyr. But the truth is, you're just an outsider trying to cling to a family that doesn't want you. You're nothing but a burden, and it's about time you realize that.
I may not be blood related to this family, but I've given my heart and soul to make this house a home. I've loved Jim and supported all of you through thick and thin. And now, when you're facing troubles, you choose to abandon me? It's not fair, and it's not right.
Oh, Anna. Always playing the victim. You think you're so important, but you're disposable. You're replaceable. We don't need you or your so-called love. We're better off without you.
What the hell are you talking about just now? You're better off without me? That's ridiculous of you. Just remember all of the money you got. Your electricity bills, your clothes, your food. Jim did contribute some of them, but only when he won. When he lost the games, all he did was come home and urge me for more money. and the money he lost was always higher than the money he earned. After all, who paid for that? Me.
Oh, yeah. Just continue with your complaining. You always have something to whine about, don't you? But let's not forget that you still have time to pack your things, right? Oh, I forgot. The gangsters said to me that they would wipe out the whole house. So, maybe you should focus on completing your responsibility as a nice and obedient wife. You know, helping us pay off the debt.
You think it's funny? You think it's a joke? This is my life we're talking about. I've worked hard to support this family, to provide for all of us. And now, when things get tough, you want to wipe your hands clean and leave me to deal with the consequences? That's not fair.
Life's not fair, Anna. You should know that by now. You've always been the one to complain and play the victim. But guess what? No one owes you anything. You're not entitled to a perfect life. Maybe it's time you learned that. Oh, and one more thing. I forgot to tell you. Jim had already written a divorce petition. He left it on your table. Your only job is to sign it. We've had enough of you and your stubborn attitude.
What? How cruel of you to do that to me. I never asked for a perfect life, Beverly. All I asked for was love, respect, and support. But instead, I've been treated like an ATM, drained of my hard-earned money to cover Jim's losses. I've sacrificed so much for this family, and now you want to discard me like I'm worthless. Well, guess what? I won't stand for it anymore.
Well, you're always the martyr. You act like you've made all these sacrifices, but no one forced you to do anything. You chose to stay. You chose to support Jim. And now you're acting like it's everyone else's fault. Take some responsibility for your own choices.
I may be leaving, but I won't end up alone and miserable. I'll find a place where I'm appreciated and valued, where my contributions are recognized. I won't let your negativity define me. And when I build a life filled with love and respect, you'll see just how wrong you were to underestimate me.
Oh, off to find a fairy tale ending, are you? Good luck with that. But mark my words, you'll end up alone and miserable. No one wants someone like you around. You're nothing but a nuisance. But first, you'd better find a way to escape first. I'm afraid they didn't have enough money and begun to murder instead. When the time comes, then I don't know what terrible thing will happen to you.
Ugh! I can't believe you could be this cunning. You abused me, and now you left me here dealing with this mess all alone. You'll all pay for this.
Anna! Hey, it's me! Answer my phone! I have something to tell you right away. Anna!
Who are you? Why do you know my name? Are you stalking me? I'm gonna hang off right now.
No, it's me, your husband, Jim. Please don't hang off. I need your help.
What? Husband? I don't have a husband. Oh, I remember. You're my ex-husband, right? Oh my god, I can't believe it.
Yes, I truly am. Phew, finally, you remember me. We're not husband and wife anymore, but we still love each other just like before. Don't you think so?
What? Are you dreaming? Love? How dare you say this to me? Even though you were the one who left me and put all the responsibility on my shoulders? You ruined my life.
What? I ruined your life? Are you kidding? I loved you so much, so I had to leave you. I just wanted to go far away and earn a lot of money. Then I could come back and provide you with a better life.
So why did you leave me with the gangsters all alone?
Well, I just...
You listened to your mother and let me face them all on my own. How could you be so cowardly like that? And selfish also.
You have to trust me. I was so worried that they would harm me and my old mother, so I had to tell her to move.
What about me? I'm your wife. Didn't I deserve to know about this? Wasn't I a part of this family? Am I that insignificant?
I just thought that with your money, you could obviously get over this.
Ugh, I don't have any more words to say to you. So just spit it out. What's the reason you contacted me today? Hurry, I don't want to waste more time on your stupid explanation.
Well, I heard that you are about to buy a new house. Is that right?
Well, yes, so what?
So, I'm really happy for you. I'm glad that you're still alive and have a lot of success nowadays. You even have enough money to buy a new house. That's incredible. Just tell me, how could you get rid of those gangsters and have that much money?
Well, that's a strange story also. It turned out that the leader of the gangsters was my high school friend. We recognized each other, and he not only didn't charge me for money, he also gave me the money I needed to support my own life. The seemingly scariest person could also be the softest one, don't you think? And about the money, it's all the result of my hard work and effort. I worked hard, so it's normal that I'm totally worth this amount of money.
What? The leader's your friend? Wow, that's a miracle. And I always know that you are diligent. You work really hard from day to night. And I appreciate that. And did you tell him to erase the debt for me? I'll be really thankful if you could.
Of course not. Well, enough with the praises. What's your purpose for calling me anyway?
We're really miserable now. We've run out of money and don't have a place to live right now.
What? Really? But why?
Well, we did bring along some money to live a brand new life in England. But what a pity, I used them to gamble again.
Wait, what? Ugh, you're getting on my nerves, you know that? You just never change, do you? Even when you're being chased by gangsters, you still continue gambling? I just don't understand you anymore.
Yeah, I know it's my fault. I know I did wrong.
So what about your mother? You guys support each other really well, don't you?
Well, she persuaded me to give up on gambling many times, but I didn't listen. She said that she regretted neglecting your words. She was so ashamed that she couldn't even call you. I lost all of my money now, not one win. And we had to give up all of our stuff to begin again. But without money, we couldn't do anything. We have to become beggars and live on the money of other people. It's humiliating.
Well, that consequence is obvious.
So please, could you spare us some mercy and give us some money? Or if you like, we can always get back together, just like before. It would be my pleasure to do that.
No way! Don't ever speak to me like that, because it's not gonna happen. That's absurd. A loser like you want to get back together with me? Mark my word, it could only happen when pigs fly. Your life is miserable, but it doesn't matter to me. We're no longer husband and wife. Why do I have to care about you?
But we used to be. Don't you feel a little bit bad for me? It's so disappointing.
Well, Jim, I gotta say, I was so disappointed with you when you got up and left me hanging all by myself 5 years ago. And you know what? I spilled the beans to those gangsters about you and where you're at. They're gonna send their goons over to England to hunt you down. So you better hide your sorry butts real carefully, because if something bad goes down, don't even think about blaming me.
What? Seriously? So you're still gonna leave me high and dry, huh? Come on, Anna. You've got some nerve. How could you treat your ex-husband like this?
It's done, man. It's over. I'm not your dumb slave anymore. Don't you dare try to boss me around or give me orders. If you keep threatening me like this, I'll have no choice but to report you to the police. Don't say I didn't warn you.
What? No way! Ugh, Anna! You're not getting away with this. Mark my words.
So, after that, I blocked Beverly and Jim from everything. Once they realized they couldn't reach me anymore, they started changing their numbers and bombarding me with their awful words all the time. But you know what? I was so used to their crappy attitude by then that I just shrugged it off. I decided to ignore them completely and focus on myself. And guess what? The universe finally caught up with those two troublemakers. They ended up finding themselves in the clutches of some gangster and became his slaves. The gangster's leader even told me that Beverly and Jim had to do whatever he said, and they lost all their freedom. Well, serves them right. As for me, now that I've rid myself of those toxic people, I can finally live life for myself. I bought a sweet house with my own hard-earned cash, and let me tell you, it's amazing. I'm also spending more money on self-care, traveling to awesome places, and doing more charity work. I don't even need to mention how fantastic my life is now.